From the shining shores of the Nueces Bay, we bring you USL League One soccer. Tonight's match is brought to you by Pedicare Children's Clinic and Urgent Care. Corpus Christi FC coming in off their first win in USL League One. Matchup against the visiting Richmond Kickers, who come in 13th in the USL League One standings. You won't find either of these teams in the top half of the table as we enter match week 15. But they have a chance to start climbing their way up the standings. These are two teams coming in at 13th and 17th, respectively, with the Kickers and Corpus Christi. But coming off that first win we just mentioned, Corpus Christi up to 12th this week in the USL League One power rankings. You can look at the difference between their first 7 games and their last 4. Picking up 5 points in these 4 results, 4 points in their last 2 matches at home, and it's been late dramatics sparking things. Their goal difference has squeezed down. These games have become more competitive, and it has allowed for some moments of magic at Cabaness Athletic Complex. None more so than this stoppage time winner from Sam Roscoe to pick up the 3-2 win against Portland Hearts of Pine last time out. The man who delivered the corner was Blake Bowen, and he has done pretty much everything positive for the team this season. He came in the offseason as a defender and has developed into the best attacking player on Corpus Christi's team and the center of every opponent's game plan. He gets goals, he gets shots. By goals, he is the best defender in the league, and by all measures, he has been the best player for Corpus Christi this season. For Richmond, this stretch has been incredibly difficult in the packed schedule since May 1st. They have traveled over 7,000 miles, with nearly half of that coming this week's road trip. They had to go out to AC Boise, the second straight time they played them in the league, and now went straight to Corpus Christi down in Texas. Jan Filion, the man at the back, providing the protection, and beyond his league-leading 40 saves this season, the big element that Filion is going to have to deal with today against the Sharks is the wind. 22 miles an hour. It has played havoc on opposing goalkeepers, especially when Blake Bowen is over a dead ball. A matchup that is poised to get 3 big points for one of these two teams. Corpus Christi coming off their first league win. We'll see if they can continue the momentum when we return for kickoff.
Pedicare Children's Clinic and Urgent Care, caring for healthy futures. Listen to Mom.
I love that they always have openings. They're always, available. You can come in usually the same day. So I'm glad that they have that. And like I said, the location's great. So it's convenient. I like that.
Open till 9 p.m. weekdays and 7 p.m. weekends. We are a pediatric primary care and urgent care facility for children. Pedicare Children's Clinic and Urgent Care, caring for healthy futures.
Corpus Christi has brought professional soccer to the Coastal Bend. A team you can be proud of, rally around, and celebrate with. Come see the goal celebrations, the passion, and the high intensity.
Line out front, hammered from the spot, and the save again by Talbot. Strikes, what a goal!
For 18 high-energy home matches, come show the nation Corpus Christi has the best fans. Tickets are on sale now for every match at corpuscfc.com.
Welcome in, USL League One fans. Tonight's match between Corpus Christi and the Richmond Kickers is brought to you by Pedicare Children's Clinic and Urgent Care. The team sheets are in, and let's give them to you. First, for homestanding Corpus Christi, starting a 3-game home stretch, and they will do it with not only Jake Keegan, but Blake Bowen starting up top. The guy who started the year as a defender, he's played on the wing a little bit. He's pretty much an all-out forward at this point, and his team leading 4 goals lead the way for Eamon Zayed. Now, for the traveling Richmond Kickers, they make 2 changes from their last league match. One of those is up top as Josh Kirkland comes in for Luca Dorado, who did not score last time out against AC Boise in the midweek. So a couple changes for them. Just the one for Corpus Christi from their last league match. 2 teams that dropped results in the midweek, trying to turn things around in what promises to be a 6-pointer towards the bottom end of the USL League One standings. There has been magic in the air at Cabinets Athletic Complex the last couple times Corpus Christi has taken the pitch here, and we are excited to find out what is in store tonight. Richmond Kickers in all red, on the ball early with Kirkland. Parker Johnson here with you for the next 90 minutes, and we're so glad that you've joined us here on this Saturday night from the Lone Star State. You can see the wind whipping that far corner flag. It is in the face of Richmond to start out in the first half. Gusts up to 22 miles an hour, and that has been a big storyline in these home matches for Corpus Christi. So windy in the Coastal Bend here in Southeast Texas. The late decisive goals, an equalizer for one Knoxville a couple weeks ago, and then last week the winner for Corpus Christi for their first ever USL League One win against Portland Hearts of Pine. Both of those coming with some goalkeeper mistakes off of corner kicks, both in the goal that is to our left as we watch today. So Corpus Christi know that. Talbot launching it long. I was actually watching things unfold as we got ready for kickoff, and Patty Langlois, the Corpus Christi captain, won the coin toss and ensured his selection that his team would defend the right side of the field first and make sure the wind was at their backs to start this match. So going for the advantage early, and then it will be in their face in the second half, but hoping they can have a lead built up by then. Just get a look at Jackson Dietrich, another one of the USL League One veterans, alongside Langlois. Guys who have played for Eamon Zayed before and formed the stable base of this team. There's an extra ball on the pitch. Nice pass out from our referee, and chased down by Abial to save it for a throw-in. Give Corpus Christi a chance to press up here in the corner. Hayden Anderson back in the starting lineup for Richmond Kickers. He was out for that midweek match against AC Boise, a 2-1 defeat where Richmond went down 2-0 early on. AC Boise picked up a red card when it was already 2-0 just before the halftime break, and that did give Richmond an idea that maybe they could take some points from AC Boise in that second half. Good defensive header from Leighton as Bowen was tracking onto that long pass forward, safely into the hands of Filione. It's been quite an odd stretch for the Kickers. They had to play AC Boise 2 times in a row in league play, sandwiched in between a cup game against Loudoun. The first time they played AC Boise at home, they were up 2-0 in that game, were the Kickers, and conceded that 2-0 lead. Ended up drawing that match 2-2. And then in the reverse fixture, they found themselves down 2-0 from the jump. Weren't able to pull back 2. They did get 1 back in the second half through Neil Seufert, who starts in the center of the park today. Scoring from the striker position has been the area that Aaron Swatsky is hoping for a bit more from, going with Josh Kirkland in the starting lineup. Panholzer, their leading goal scorer, getting the touch inside. Here's Darwin Espinal. Launching it up the line. One of 5 players to appear in every match this season for Corpus Christi, including the cup competitions. It's a pretty slim roster. It is boosted by Andrew Booth, making his 5th appearance for the Sharks after signing mid-season. He originally was going to play for Tormenta this year, then he signed a 25-day contract with Spokane when they were a little short in midfield. Here comes Abeal with a chance on goal. Denied by Jan Filion, our player to watch, coming up with a big early save. Abeal knows how big of a chance that was. The speed and the control were very good, but he was moving so fast that Filion was able to close down the angle. And by the time he looked up, Filion right on his feet, giving him no angle for the shots. This corner kick is brought to you by the Corpus Christi Athletic Club. Live happy. This is where the tall task comes in, defending the corner. It's swung in. A little touch, I believe, from the goalkeeper. They'll do it again from the other side. These in-swinging corners with the winds causing so much chaos. You just throw it up into the tunnel and let the elements do their work. I mean, the ball won't even stand still right now on this corner kick, brought to you by the Corpus Christi Athletic Club. Bowen takes, back post, headed out by Anderson. Guess what's coming next? Another corner. Making sure that they have the in-swinging option from both sides. They got the lefty Dietrich to take it over here. Number 5, Sam Roscoe. He was the guy who scored that game winner against Portland from the corner. Keeney, also a known goal scorer from his days playing in Ireland. That's a header for Roscoe. Couldn't guide it on target. First early phase of pressure coming from Corpus Christi. First that shot from Abeal, then the resulting 3 corner kicks. Richmond able to see it through. Abeal threatening again. He brings Langlois into the play. Way overcooked it. Looking for the pass to Blake Bowen. Patty Langlois a long way from home at his newfound right back position. Playing a knuckleball up the line. Gomez had to be watchful of Tarek Panholzer on the Richmond right. Gomez with 17 caps for Trinidad and Tobago. Dietrich went down in disbelief that wasn't able to get a whistle there as Keegan comes away with it. Keegan feels the crease, going at Leighton, who walls him off sternly. Medina getting the legs tangled, and no interest in letting Seufert take that quickly. Still feeling out the wind here. You can tell that Richmond kickers are dialing in on those long passes. How high can we really play it? How is the wind gonna spin the ball a little bit differently? And Darren Sawatsky's team will have the knowledge that this disadvantage they're feeling in the first half will flip at the break. So at some point you start to think, can we get through this first half? Doesn't have to be pretty, but let's not give up anything easy. If it means we gotta launch it long like this, that's okay. A loose touch from Abial gives a throw for Richmond. One thing for sure is that keeping the ball on the ground if you're Richmond right now is gonna be the simplest way to complete passes. A little bit less chance that the wind takes it off of its given path. Another free kick taken quickly, but a little bit too quickly for the liking of Mohamed Kalea. Minute here in Corpus Christi. First of 3 at home for the Sharks. They're coming off of their first ever win in USL League One play. Moving up from USL League Two into League One this season. Tough sledding from the start, but have only lost 1 of their last 4 matches in the league. Both these teams effectively out of the USL Cup at this point, so they can set their focus on climbing up the League One standings. Carried out of the back by Sean Vinberg. Keeney with some defending to do, up against Kirkland, and wins the free kick. Turn to ESPN2 on Wednesday, June 17th. For a USL League One battle. Forward Madison look to regain momentum against surging Fort Wayne FC at 8 p.m. Eastern. Catch all the action on ESPN2, June 17th. Tracking run defensively from Marana leaves him spilt on the turf. But his efforts earning him a big high five from his Canadian goalkeeper. Marana really fits the mold of what Darren Sawatsky likes in his outside backs. Somebody who can get up and down the flank, be additive to the attack, but not give up anything the other way. And one of the most consistent pieces, having started every league match for Richmond this season. Booth carrying forward, doesn't have a lot of help for now, so he's gonna have to turn it back. Gomez finally giving him an option. Now he can switch the play over through Keeney. It's worth mentioning, as this, of course, is the first matchup between these two teams. Back to that in a sec, as Abial couldn't keep his cross in play. That on the near touchline, if you're a Richmond fan tuning in for the first time to a match here at Cabanis, there's an extra line outside of the football sideline, and that is not the end line. There's yet another line past that, so it can be a bit confusing on those touchlines, but this is a place where Corpus Christi have called home. They used to play at the soccer stadium next door back when they were a USL League Two club. Had an outstanding record at Cabanis. Blake Bowen dancing through a couple of challenges, drew some contacts, but it was a clean tackle from Richmond, who have numbers moving the other way. Seufert in control on the counter. Switched by Espinal. Lovely touch from Panholzer. Has one man through the middle, it's Kirkland. Trying to roll it forward. Just a bit of miscommunication and out as we tick through the 15th minute of play, still scoreless. Feeling under the weather, Pedicare is Corpus Christi's trusted home for pediatric and urgent care. Visit Pedicare at Yorktown and Cimarron Boulevard. Leone will dump it forward. Bubu Medina underneath the header. Has to scrap for the second ball. In a tussle with Seufert. Breaking the lines through. Abial was making a run. Jake Keegan couldn't find him. Gomez in a foot race trying to keep up with Marana. Panholzer goes past him. Bowen on the track. Cross comes in. Flicked away by Langlois. Seufert collecting. Espinal, left-footed shot! Spears it behind. Talbot had his near post covered. A smell of danger for Darwin Espinal, who can be a sniper when he gets a look at goal. A lot of times you see him cutting in, looking for the curler on his right foot. Of course, every move has a counter move when you're a great goal scorer. He went to his left that time. Wasn't too far away from the near post. Ball across, enticing the Richmond press. And Talbot thinking better of that defensive action and launching it back up towards the halfway line. Marana with the strong header. Gomez going in. The studs were showing. And that will draw the whistle from our referee, Mohamed Kalea, who gives his explanation now, but I think that's what he saw there. Definitely a ball-winning challenge from Gomez, but it's a little bit dangerous, and so it is the job of the referees to offer some protection and an explanation. Here's another look at that. Sliding straight into the ball. It's something that was never a foul even 10 years ago or so if you do take the ball, but these days that will draw a whistle. Ayman Zayed has ditched the sweater, still going with a knit look on the sideline, but he wore the classic sweater that we got accustomed to in USL League One, if you've been around the league for a few years, as opposed to the sharp black polo of Darren Sawatsky. Zayed had brought the sweater back out a couple times in Corpus Christi. Guess some of the good luck there has run off. Nice move. Keegan's there! Oh, it's blocked away by the defender, Leighton, getting in front. That close to an opener for Corpus Christi. That was Abial scrapping and picking out the cross. A neat ball for the veteran striker, Jake Keegan. Shot comes in. A show dive from Filion. Took a touch on the way through, so here comes another corner kick for Corpus Christi. We can spot that deflection, maybe off of Owen O'Malley, perhaps, number 12 for Richmond. Either way, this corner brought to you by Corpus Christi Athletic Club. Headed away by Layton. And a chance for Keeney to load up the cannon. Long throws almost as good as a corner. The only disadvantage is it does take Keeney out of the 6-yard box, but the delivery is worth it. Here it comes from the big center half, trying to pick out his partner Roscoe. Dietrich loops it back in. Barnathan's header. Booth back to goal. Gives it to Dietrich. Bowen chopping in. Trying to find an angle to shoot. Marana all over him. That's going to be too much for Panholzer. The idea to move quickly was right for Richmond's. Another example of a misweighted pass as they battle the conditions. Minutes into the match here at Cabinets Athletic Complex. Parker Johnson saying thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday evening. Lots of other USL League One action. Of course, the World Cup going on as well. Been a very fun time of year in American soccer, not least because of the men's national team's big win last night. This league very much the heartbeat of American soccer and has a lot of connection to those players at the World Cup, which we'll learn more about at halftime. Now it's the Spaniard, Abel, an original Corpus Christi player who fires his shot off the defender. It's going to be another corner kick for Corpus Christi. That tally is starting to mount. Abel has been at the heart of a lot of the best moves going forward for the Sharks. This corner kick is brought to you by the Corpus Christi Athletic Club. Live happy. Dietrich will swing it in with his left foot. Filione reaches. And it's actually going to help him out here that he didn't put a paw on it. So they do get the goal kick, but a nervy moment from the Richmond goalkeeper. We said it from the start. Specifically on this side of the field, we have seen some wild goals go in from corners. Two of them going through the hands of the goalkeeper, once at the expense of Corpus Christi, once in the Sharks' favor. Nearly had another. It doesn't matter whose colors you're wearing. At Bellevue University, your success is the only thing that matters. That's why they offer education that's designed to help you achieve your next goal. Find out more at degrees.bellevue.edu/goals. Bowen was interested in finding something quickly. He does toss it in. Dietrich gets a touch off of the Richmond player. Another throw for Corpus Christi. They are halfway through this first half with the wind at their backs and no goal just yet. Ideally, if you're Corpus Christi, you want to try to get some kind of lead before the wind flips against you in the second half. The long throw is an option. It's a good header out from Richmond. Filione is there, but he's happy to see it over the end line. Every new team adds a new spice to the league. Can certainly be said of Corpus Christi, an expansion side this year. The natural elements here on the Texas coast have certainly played a factor in a lot of their home matches. Darren Sawatsky said this was the first time he's ever been to Corpus Christi, but adventurizing his travels has been his mission across his career as both a player and a coach. So he was enjoying the chance to see the battleship parked in the dock, or in the bay rather, just outside the team's hotel when they got in this week. And while it is a new club, it is filled with League One stalwarts. They got one on the sideline in Eamon Zayed, and some bright new stars like Blake Bowen, who has his dance with Mujib Marana. Bowen towards the end line, going down inside the box and drawing another corner for Corpus Christi. Bowen was on the wrong end of a penalty decision in the midweek cup match on the road against Birmingham. Thought he might have drawn some contacts there, but he'll settle for this corner kick, brought to you by the Corpus Christi Athletic Club. Live happy. Bowen's back post ball. Leighton heads away. Picked up by Abeal and given right to Josh Kirkland. Every time there's a restart, kicker is just trying to get the ball back on the ground and in play as quickly as they can. Long balls cutting into this wind don't really do them many favors. Credit to them for figuring that out early on and adjusting as much as possible. It is a team who has tended to play a bit more direct this season, Richmond. We're used to seeing them a little more on the ball in recent years, especially their flourishes back in 2022 with Darren Sawatsky at the helm. Bowen loves this spot on the pitch. He's curled in a few from the edge of the 18. Unable to do it that time. Another look at the effort from Bowen. He got it too high into the wind. See the idea of trying to start it well outside the post and let it hang back into the top corner, but not quite able to pull it off. This is our first half hydration break. So we will pause, and sort of creates a chance to be almost like a first quarter timeout, if you will. We've seen this throughout the World Cup as well. The mandated water breaks. In this case, it's because of the hot temperatures. 85 degrees at kickoff. Yes, it's windy. Yes, there's a little bit of rain in the area today, but very hot, and making sure that the players stay hydrated. But a chance for both these coaches and players to reassess some of their tactics. You can see some of the disagreements, the thoughts being exchanged, with Eamon Zayed now leading the huddle, and Darren Sawatsky also emphasizing his points. Richmond only have about 15 minutes more plus some stoppage time to get through this first half, where they've had the wind right in their face. Corpus Christi running out of time to take advantage. And it may feel like we are just beating a dead horse here, but it really has been the prevailing story of the match. These weather conditions and the way that they've affected the first half. If you look at some of the stats that have built up so far, Corpus Christi have managed 4 shots to just 1 from Richmond. And one of the most telling statistics of all is those corner kicks. 6 of them for Corpus Christi, none for Richmond, and even though some of them have not ended up in a shot on the stat sheet, pretty much every single one has been dangerous from Corpus Christi. They know so well how to utilize the wind in their favor, and Filion has looked pretty uncertain on a couple occasions with that ball flying over his head. This is a nice build from Richmond coming out of the first half hydration break. And then a little bit of a loose touch as Panholzer saw it pop up off of his face. And now it's Dietrich marauding through men. Takes some contact. A penalty kick for Corpus Christi. A clear decision decisively made by Mohamed Kalea. Dietrich will pop back to his feet, and that is a lifeline for the Sharks, needlessly given by Richmond. They've got 3 defenders in the area. You could say Dietrich is looking for it, and I don't think you'd be wrong, but Richmond obliging with the contact. And that sets up a shot from the spot. It'll be 12 yards out, and is it going to be number 12 to take? Sometimes we see somebody take the ball and then pass it off. Keegan may indeed have just been playing protector for Patty Langlois. Filion in net, standing 6'3", and it is Patty Langlois, the Australian captain, who has been an Ironman for Corpus Christi this season, striking from the spot, saved by Filion! He was all over that, read it perfectly, and didn't give up a rebound either, critically. Corpus Christi trying to forget about it and create a chance right away. It's Booth. Curving it across, deflecting behind. Another corner for Corpus Christi, their 7th of the match. Let's look at that save again. It almost squirted underneath Filion, but he's able to keep his bearings and roll on top of it. That is excellence from the Richmond backstop. This corner kick is brought to you by the Corpus Christi Athletic Club. Live happy, Dietrich's ball. A flick came at the near post. It was off Corpus Christi last. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and League One. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Talbot thumping it away. Leighton meets it with a powerful header of his own. Now it's Dietrich, the man who drew the penalty. Eyeing up across. Bowen was there in the middle. Couldn't leap high enough. You can see the idea from Dietrich. He's put in some great services from that right corner stick. Trying to put one in from open play as well. Lovely take from Andrew Booth. Sent out a play, throw in on the far side for Corpus Christi. Langlois at full stride, keeping it in. Clever pass through to Medina. Dietrich, great sliding tackle from behind. O'Malley clips it forward, and Kirkland's on the chase. O'Malley had a crease to work with, and then he's taken down by Medina. Corpus Christi may have been in a vulnerable position, so Medina took one for the team. Looks like he's avoided any further punishment as he took down Owen O'Malley, the Cary, North Carolina native. One of the first chances we've seen for a set piece in the attacking half for Richmond, but this between the hashes free kick not providing the best angle for Nils Seufert to work with. See if he can raffle it up towards the back post. It's curved in, the ball across, some contact on Kirkland, who is appealing for a penalty. The referee is going to check on him. See the signal pointing to the head. Kirkland is holding his head, so they will have to get the trainers on for a concussion check here. I saw some contact as that ball came across. Kirkland was darting around the penalty area. Take a look at this with Medina pulling him down. Was there some grabbing both ways maybe? Hard to see exactly from our first look there, but you could hear the shouts from Coach Sawatsky on the sideline. He thought that was definitely a foul inside the penalty area. Richmond worked the free kick well. For Kirkland's 2 goals in league play this season. He has started 7 matches. One of many players who have not quite hit full stride in the Richmond attack. Just 11 goals on the year, 1 fewer than Corpus Christi. Offensively, these two teams create the lowest amount of XG per game across the 17 teams in USL League One. On the whole, Richmond has been a bit better defensively, conceding 6 less goals on the season than Corpus Christi, and that has allowed them to pick up a couple more wins and a few more points in the table. But both teams have made hard work of it. And for Kirkland, coming off a year where he scored 8 goals in 29 matches and had 3 multi-goal games, hasn't quite hit those same heights. They do have the options of Landon Johnson, Tyler Freeman, Luca Dorado available on the bench if they seek an attacking replacement, but Kirkland trots back out there, cleared from the concussion check. And we get back underway. So a penalty shout denied for Richmond. There was a penalty given to Corpus Christi, but Patty Langlois' shot was saved by Filione, and that remains the determining moment of the first half so far, back in the 32nd minute. Corpus Christi have had the wind, and that advantage will cede to the away side after we do take the halftime break, which is just over 7 minutes away. Corpus Christi working through the gears. Langlois had continued his run, but wasn't necessarily looking for the pass. Imagine he'll leave this one off for Keeney. Bowen. And the shot came in from Roscoe, who claims he was being held. Nothing doing on another long throw. Corpus Christi did their best to cause chaos in the 18-yard box. Gomez defending. Dietrich trying to get in there. And the whistle goes in favor of Richmond. Fans, don't miss a second of the action. Skip the lines and order your favorites right from your seat. Browse and order from sportscertified.com, powered by iHerb. Packed with cleaner ingredients and made for game day. Thrown in by Anderson, trying to match long throw for long throw. Barnathan. Player it's straight offside for Richmond. Talbot hasn't had to make a save yet. The one shot from Darwin Espinal that flashed past his near post. The only real memorable chance for Richmond, other than maybe that half penalty shout for Kirkland. They've been pinned back against their own penalty box for most of the first half, Richmond have. So far, still keeping the clean sheet. Dietrich eyeing the forward pass. Blake Bowen's always a good option. Panholzer. Langlois rolls it forward to Abiels. Early cross. Bowen trying to keep it alive. Now, did it go out for a goal kick or a throw? I think Richmond would prefer the goal kick. Bowen's extra effort looks like did save it for the throw-in. Enter the Prinks Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. You can scan the QR code on the screen to enter today. Stoppage in play there because Andrew Booth is the man who's gone down. He's holding his hamstring, and that's a look that if you watch a lot of sports, it's a hard one to see, especially when it's an important player on your team, as Booth has quickly become for Corpus Christi. He's a player who did not get a consistent preseason this year. He was planning to play for South Georgia Tormenta, ended up without a team as the season began and became an Open Cup hero for Spokane Velocity. They signed him on a short-term deal, and once Spokane got a few midfielders healthy, he was once again a free agent. But during that period, they were coming up against Corpus Christi. That's the team that the Sharks played in their home opener this season. And they were able to make the connection and pick up Booth, who's been a big addition in midfields. The look on his face is not promising, but Corpus Christi barely 90 seconds to halftime. You would think if there was any chance that he could keep playing, he'd at least try to fight it out till halftime, but no risks going to be taken here from Ayman Zayed. And V. Kwakwa coming on. He started the midweek match against Birmingham, played the entire 90 minutes in that cup defeat for Corpus Christi. So he was scheduled to get some rest from the start, but forced into the action. He's got probably a minute and then a few extra in first half stoppage time to try to see if he can help give Corpus Christi a lead heading into the halftime break. At one point, the pressure from the home team almost looked like it was insurmountable. It was a matter of time before one of those corner kicks flew in, or the long throws, or the occasional shots that they were able to put off. But as the half has gone on, especially since I would say that water break, the chances from open play have definitely dried up. The saved penalty, the key moment in the first half. Vian Filion denying Patty Langlois. Corpus Christi, to put it simply, have not made enough of their opportunities during this period where the conditions have been in their favor. Six minutes of first half stoppage time, at a minimum, I should add, pending any stoppages that we get in the next 5 minutes or so. Bowen thought about the early cross, hesitates and goes back to Gomez. Corpus Christi trying to build something exquisite. That's well worked. Out to Langlois, looking for the cutback. Abial! A vicious hit. Met well by Filion. And what a run this is from Tarek Panholzer. Trying to get back up to his feet. No whistle from the referee. I think he had played advantage on an earlier foul, and then I guess felt that too much time had passed. Good step from Marana. Doesn't get the return ball from Panholzer. Now the right back caught up the field as he'll switch with his teammate on the right wing momentarily. Roscoe going long. It's a good ball too for Abial. Nacho Abial, give and go, back out to Langlois. Keegan's in the middle, couldn't get up over his header, but it's a light flick that stays in play for Abial, who has scrambled to the other side. Now he goes end line, beats his man, Nacho Abial! Oh, against the side netting. Three massive opportunities for him in the first half. He's been in one-on-one now twice with Filion, who again does very well to cut down the angle, make himself big, and intimidate Abial as he goes to shoot. Let off a laser just a few seconds before as well on the first phase of that play. Having watched Corpus Christi a few times this season, it is pretty incredible that Abial still does not have a goal in league play. He was the leading scorer back-to-back seasons in USL League Two for Corpus Christi, the Lone Star Division Player of the Year. This is his first pro season after finishing up college at the University of North Carolina. This is Espinal. Diving inside. Caught somewhere between a cross and a shot. A rip and a curler. And knocks off of the football goalpost as there are 2 minutes left to play in first half stoppage time, where there's been quite the flurry of chances here both ways. Haven't had a goal yet, but not short of chances in the first half, that's for sure. To this point, Filione pretty decisively has been the man of the match. As Abial and Blake Bowen have been knocking on the door for Corpus Christi. Is there time for one more chance? Minimum of 1 minute left to play in the first half. Abial, back to Langlois, left-footed shot, never got a hold of it. That might just be the final opportunity of the first half for Corpus Christi. Blake Bowen with 3 goals and 1 assist in his last 2 matches at home. Nothing showing so far in the first half. Referee asking for play to hurry up. And that's a foul, not the halftime whistle. Keeney brings it forward one more time. That's a great touch from Abial. And again, out comes Filione, who has a go at Hayden Anderson. There may be time yet for Corpus Christi to take this corner. Abial is gonna have nightmares about Jan Filione rushing out at him. Give credit to the Spanish forward for a immaculate first touch, though, to even give himself a chance at that. Well, this corner kick is brought to you by the Corpus Christi Athletic Club. Live happy. Dietrich with one more with the wind. Filione can't get there. And that is halftime. So many chances for Corpus Christi. Nearly double-digit corner kicks. Jan Filione was immense in goal. He saves a first half penalty, and he keeps this thing scoreless at the break with a big switch on the way for the second half, as Richmond will finally have the wind at their backs. A gritty road performance so far from the kickers. Corpus Christi held off the score sheet, coming off their first win in USL League One. A lot to get to in our halftime show. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with more USL League One soccer.
Pedicare Children's Clinic and Urgent Care, creando futuros saludables. Nuestros pediatras certificados y el personal clínico brindan atención médica excepcional a los niños desde su nacimiento hasta la adolescencia, porque su salud es nuestra prioridad. Abierto hasta las 9 de la noche de lunes a viernes y hasta las 7 los fines de semana. Somos un centro pediátrico de atención primaria y de urgencias para niños. Pedicare Children's Clinic and Urgent Care, cuidando un futuro saludable.
Corpus Christi has brought professional soccer to the Coastal Bend. A team you can be proud of, rally around, and celebrate with. Come see the goal celebrations, the passion, and the high intensity.
Line out front, hammered from the spot, and the save again by Talbot. Strikes. What a goal!
For 18 high-energy home matches, come show the nation Corpus Christi has the best fans. Tickets are on sale now for every match at corpuscfc.com.
Well, what a half that was, but a nothing burger on the scoreboard. We're going to take you through our halftime show, starting with some USL League One honors. Here's a look at Week 13's Team of the Week. That was before the little cup break that we had. And Claudel Ngubu coming out as the Player of the Week. Mika Elovara, first-year coach for Sarasota Paradise, the Coach of the Week in Week 13, and he's leading his men to a pretty good result right now. Check that score against Omaha. Claudel Ngubu was, in fact, the Player of the Week, leading the Flamingos on their mighty charge up the table. A great start so far this year for Forward Madison. The first-year forward has been a huge part of it. Well, we are going to step aside for now, but some really cool updates coming your way about the USL and the World Cup. Here they are.
Before the World Cup can begin, 48 national teams need a home, and home is a lot more than a practice field.
They wanted a beautiful grass field and in a sort of secure facility with great access to gyms and all the other pieces around.
Dan Rutstein had the honor of handing the keys to Orange County SC's entire facility to the U.S. men's national team. Why does it matter to you to have the U.S. national team at your facility?
Look, if you can't get excited about a World Cup, then we shouldn't be in this business. It's obviously an enormous opportunity. We're happy for them, it's a great facility. We're happy for us, we're happy for our fans, so we can be talked about in the same breath as the home nation in a home World Cup.
Orange County is joined by the Oakland Roots, who will host the Australian national team, and the Tampa Bay Rowdies hosting first-time World Cup team Cape Verde. When clubs spend multiple weeks in one building, the facility must accommodate an entire support system, not just the players. In a large country like the United States, travel can take a toll. Cape Verde's Tampa home sets up short flights to Atlanta, Miami, and Houston for its group matches. Australia will play matches in Vancouver, Seattle, and nearby Santa Clara. The U.S. team's longest journey is Seattle, sandwiched between two group matches in Los Angeles. But as the World Cup takes place, it's business as usual for the USL Championship. For Orange County, a worthwhile temporary adjustment.
We're still training next door. The short-term pain of being not allowed to use our stadium for the medium and long-term gain of working with the US national team, we could never say no to an opportunity like that.
I think Idahoans have been clamoring for something that is theirs.
I feel a big sense of responsibility to do this right. You only get one first season.
For me, without soccer, it's like there's no air. Having it here, I feel like I can breathe again. Boise's never had anything like this.
Unimpeded, Gebhardt's able to get hold of it and go for goal and score. This one flashed in front toward goal. Oh, what a start for Fort Wayne.
You ever just look at them and think, yeah, I'm doing all right.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points. all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Pedicare Children's Clinic and Urgent Care, creando futuros saludables. Nuestros pediatras certificados y el personal clínico brindan atención médica excepcional a los niños desde su nacimiento hasta la adolescencia, porque su salud es nuestra prioridad. Abierto hasta las 9 de la noche de lunes a viernes y hasta las 7 los fines de semana. Somos un centro pediátrico de atención primaria y de urgencias para niños. Pedicare Children's Clinic and Urgent Care, cuidando un futuro saludable.
Welcome back to halftime between Corpus Christi and the Richmond Kickers. Scoreless at the break after a fun and wind-filled first half. Let's get to our USL League One Saturday scoreboard. A lot of games going on this evening. I just heard that Forward Madison have even increased the lead on AC Boise. Some major results. How about Sarasota 2-0 against Union Omaha, the table toppers. Portland held at home by Chattanooga Red Wolves, a 3-1 win for One Knox, and Charlotte Independence on fire right now, putting 4 past FC Naples. One more game later as well with AV Alta and Spokane. And then we also got Westchester and Greenville Triumph tomorrow. You got midweek action. I mean, all the USL League One that you could possibly desire right now. Who wants to watch the World Cup? You're here with us, and you're here at halftime, so I know that you will be tuned in to those games on the screen. And I know that you want to know what else is going on around USL League One, so we're going to send you to our halftime update with our man Dan Lucas in the studio.
It is halftime in League One. We hope you're enjoying the match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines. In winning their first League One match in Week 14, Corpus Christi FC made some history. That 3-2 win is the second match in League One history to finish with 2 goals in stoppage time to erase a 2-1 deficit. The Richmond Kickers did it in 2022. Red Hot Sarasota Paradise collected its 3rd straight win with a 2-0 USL Cup victory over FC Naples, the battle in paradise. 18-year-old goalkeeper Roxon Amadeka earned his first professional shutout en route to League One Team of the Week. Entering this week's schedule, Charlotte Independence is on a 5-match win streak in all competitions, and Luis Alvarez has played a big part with 5 goals and 2 assists in that stretch. The 2024 Young Player of the Year has a career-high goal total already this season with 6. Upcoming national spotlight games on ESPN2, Forward Madison and Fort Wayne on the 17th, Saturday the 20th. Round 4 of the Prinks Tires USL Cup begins with Detroit City and Louisville City, and also that night, Las Vegas Lights in Orange County on CBS Sports Network, that game in the championship. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
Pedicare Children's Clinic and Urgent Care, caring for healthy futures. Listen to Mom.
I love that they always have openings. They're always, available. You can come in usually the same day. So I'm glad that they have that. And like I said, the location's great. So it's convenient. I like that.
Open till 9 p.m. weekdays and 7 p.m. weekends. We are a pediatric primary care and urgent care facility for children. Pedicare Children's Clinic and Urgent Care, caring for healthy futures.
Corpus Christi has brought professional soccer to the Coastal Bend. A team you can be proud of, rally around, and celebrate with. Come see the goal celebrations, the passion, and the high intensity.
Line out front, hammered from the spot, and the save again by Talbot. Strikes. What a goal!
For 18 high-energy home matches, come show the nation Corpus Christi has the best fans. Tickets are on sale now for every match at corpuscfc.com.
Welcome back, everybody. We're getting close to second half kickoff on this windy night in Corpus Christi. Let's watch the first half highlights, though. It was 0-0 at the break, but all the action happening in the Corpus Christi attacking end. Abeal closed down by Filion, and I may start to sound like a broken record as we move through these highlights, because that was certainly not the last time. Now we move on to the 18th minute. More attacks going through Abeal on that far side. This time looking for a cross. Got it to Keegan. Couldn't tuck it home. That's a block from Leighton, the center back. Did really well helping out his goalkeeper. Then in the 30th minute, the biggest flashpoint of the first half, a penalty given to Corpus Christi. Patty Langlois stepped up and had it saved by Filion. A great, strong dive to his left. He almost spilled it, but was able to jump back on top of it before any kind of rebound. And then in stoppage time in the first half, Abeal fired off this vicious shot from the edge of the area and would come close one more time in that first half as well. But Filion, man, just could not be beaten. 5 saves in the first half, 11 shots from Corpus Christi, which is higher than their season average across the entire 90 minutes. They only averaged 10 shots per game, and they had 11 in the first half. But the wind will be against them in the second half, and I am quite curious to see how that is going to change this game for the final 45. It's a flying V formation of sorts as the Sharks get us back underway. And Keeney fakes out the long ball. Look at that. Corpus Christi going to play it short. Bucking the trend from kickoff. One halftime sub to get out to you. Barnathan out, and Austin Amer is in. Amer was one of the 2 changes to the starting lineup from Wednesday's match. Barnathan more of a defender, and Amer more of a midfielder, so perhaps that signals an attacking change. Whoa, that's a dangerous tackle. Referee goes straight for the yellow card. Blake Bowen frustrated, but does have a smile on his face. I think he understands the decision. See him go in. I think the chagrin on his face is that he may have slipped, but even if he did, it's probably a yellow card worthy tackle. And right back where we started. Feisty, competitive. It was always going to be that way between Richmond and Corpus Christi. Darren Sawatsky told me coming into this match, it'll be about blood and guts more than it'll be about technique and soccer. And I don't know if he had just read the scouting report or if he had tuned into the Weather Channel beforehand to cook up that idea, but either way, he definitely understood the assignment heading into this match, and that's been kind of Richmond's style of play more so this season, so they've been up for it. And that whole first half, they had the knowledge that in this second period, things should be a little easier for them with the wind at their backs. Abeal, the danger man from the first half. Langlois' ball laid off. It's Bowen. Oh, blocked by Murata. That was a thing of beauty in attack from the Sharks. A free-flowing move and the extra pass over to Bowen. You would have put the house on Corpus Christi's leading goal scorer. But Marana closing down the space. It hasn't just been Filione in goal with those 5 saves. A couple of critical blocks from the defenders in front of him too. Fantastic team defensive effort. A lot of effort required for Kirkland to haul this one in. And he wins his team a throw. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports. They create, moments like this. Blake Bowen is going to want that one back. The Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. You can catch live matches and expert analysis every day on CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete TV listings. Layton. Driven cross, back post, safely dispatched behind by Jake Keegan doing the defensive work. Richmond take the corner quickly. Espinal. Aimer from distance clips the crossbar. Was that a save from James Talbot? It must have been. It's whistled for a corner. Oh, he touches it onto the crossbar. That is outstanding from the Irish goalkeeper. Coming up out of the Sunderland youth system. Talbot has been exceptional. The only goalkeeper this year who has made more saves per match than Jan Filione on the other end. Two teams that have been under fire in most of their League One contests this season. So the corner for Richmond. They're going for the outswinger with the right foot of Seufert. The German creator. Launching it high. Keeney heads. Played back across. Van Holzer didn't hit it very hard, but put it into an area of indecision. Hayden Anderson does have the capability of the long throw. He's been doing it since his college days. Anderson sends it in. Skewed header. Espinal's shot. And that's good for 3. Don't miss a moment of this inaugural season in Corpus Christi. Tickets are on sale now for all Corpus Christi FC matches. Buy yours today at corpusfc.com or call 361-225-3316. That is corpuscfc.com. O'Malley trying to play it through for Panholzer. Abeal fighting to keep possession. Kwakwa. Keegan in the duel with Sean Vinberg. Those two actually do a YouTube show together. Opponents on this occasion. Neat ball through from O'Malley. Espinal trying to catch up. Keeps it in play. Goes around his man. almost wonder if he might have got a call if he went down there. Thought about it. Just ran out of gas in the end. Espinal not always one to turn on the afterburners per se. 31-year-old forward. A very accomplished goal scorer, but not your prototypical winger in that sense. High pressure from Bowen. Does enough to force a bad ball out. Langlois trying to get it to a teammate, but it doesn't find Medina. Amer. His addition has given some new life to Richmond in the second half. Heavy touches left and right. Play continues with Langlois. Ubu Medina. Bowen picking it up a little deeper. Has the overlap from Gomez. Back to Bowen. Cutting inside. Gomez with him. Pressure from O'Malley. Kwakwa goes in hard and then stands in front of the free kick. That's a yellow for the Ghanaian midfielder. A late first half substitute who came on for the injured Andrew Booth. It goes into the book for Corpus Christi. It's for this second action, blocking the free kick from coming back into play. They knock it long. Kirkland's there. When you feel hunger strike, there's only one cure, and that's to eat more chicken. Visit one of the 9 Chick-fil-A locations throughout the Coastal Bend today and try the latest menu item, the Jalapeno Ranch Club. Download the Chick-fil-A app and start earning rewards for every purchase made. Kirkland combining with Panholzer. The only 2 players on this Richmond team with more than 1 league goal to their names. Looking for a second half difference maker. Likely to be one of those 2. Abayel scrambling back, did well to see it out for a goal kick. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Play on, says the referee. This game getting chippier by the minute. Medina can turn. Marana drawn in. It's back with Medina. He's got an option to his left. Keegan peeling out. Kwakwa deflected. That's going to be a corner. Spontaneous hit from deep from V. Kwakwa, the 31-year-old. Earning his team a chance from a dead ball. They can catch their breath and take this corner kick presented by Corpus Christi Athletic Club. Live happy. Dietrich looking for the in-swinger. We'll have to cut it against the wind. Low near post ball. Langlois got his head on it. Back out to Dietrich. Langlois shot. Free in the 6. Keegan around the corner. Couldn't find a teammate with the cross. Leon tempted to send it long into the wind. Referee busting a lung to get down there. Talbot's out. Very well read from the Corpus Christi netminder. Tight pressure from Anderson. Corpus Christi now getting to a stage where they will start to take a little longer over each set piece. They may be happier with this result, considering that the wind will be against them this entire half. Knowing that at some point, some pressure will come from Richmond. Whether it is created beautifully or it is whipped up by the wind. But we're still scoreless after 14 minutes of second half action. Medina trying to get it to Abeal. Abeal now a fixture on the left. Bowen joining him in the channel. Corpus Christi trying to work the overload on this far side. Bowen flicks through. Abeal, one of the first timer. He has shown that technique quite well towards the end of the first half already. Calmly done by Keeney. Transformation of Blake Bowen has been nothing short of outstanding. Coming in as primarily a right back, forced to deputize at left back. All of a sudden, he's making runs up the pitch. He's their most dangerous attacking player. And heading into their first USL Cup match, Ayman Zayed moves him up to the left wing, searching for a spark. Bowen scores. He gets the club's first win in USL Cup play. And they have not moved him back to the defensive line since then. He's been dangerous. 4 goals this season, 2 assists. He's got great set-piece delivery. And in the last match against Birmingham in the Cup, we got to see him experimented as quite literally the second striker, playing with a more traditional 9 like Cerritos or Keegan. He just has a free role underneath where he can pretty much go wherever he well pleases. That's the role he's had tonight. He's popped up on the left, he's popped up on the right, he's helped out defensively. Just a do-it-all type of player. Give him the ball and things find a way to work themselves out. Corpus Christi haven't had as much of it this half. O'Malley, a speculative shot. Takes a touch on the way through. That sets up a corner for Richmond. Brings Tires is the official tire partner of the USL. Built for practical performance in the long haul, Prinks Tires delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinksTireUSA.com to learn more. Soyford. He's going to have to do this one again. There is a conference going on around Mohamed Kalea right now, as he made a call that Richmond was not overly fond of. And now all of a sudden it's the blue jersey convention around the referee. After all that, we do it again. The bleachers rattling, the corner flag whipping. Oh, an awkward clearance that was from Shannon Gomez. Nearly spelled disaster. Two subs ready for Richmond, and they are both attackers. Landon Johnson, Luca Dorado, ready to try to make an impact off the bench. Espinal. Working the angle, cuts back for Anderson. Espinal again. Crossfield pass. Hanholzer's touch is perfect. He fires it low. Avial with a no-nonsense clearance, and that should give an opportunity for Richmond to make the changes. First, you'll see Luca Dorado trot his way onto the pitch, the Brazilian center forward out of Sao Paulo. An accomplished goal scorer last year while he was on loan with Forward Madison, joins their League One rivals. And Landon Johnson, a homemade product of the Richmond Academy in his third season with the first team, replacing Darwin Espinal on the wing. And what this means with Josh Kirkland staying on the pitch is that Richmond will go for a two-striker look with Luca Dorado and Kirkland playing together up top. That's something they went to in their last match against AC Boise on Wednesday, after AC Boise had been given the red card. So it's really interesting to see how Darren Sawatsky is essentially treating this half with the wind the same as he did that man-up opportunity against AC Boise, where they had an entire half up a player. You throw caution to the side, and you throw your two best strikers out there and see if one of them can find the back of the net. Now, Espinal had to be taken off for that to happen. He wasn't overly happy, as we saw on the bench, but somebody had to come out, and Johnson may offer a slightly different profile. And on that note, an attacking change for Corpus Christi as well. Jackson Dietrich going his season high here with a 66-minute performance. He is typically taken off around the halfway mark. And on comes Alexis Cerritos. So you want to talk about one team playing two strikers together. Well, Corpus Christi is going to do the same thing here. They've left Jake Keegan on the pitch and brought Cerritos on to play with him. Cerritos this season, 1 goal, 1 assist. He's only started 5 out of now his 12 appearances. Johnson on the ball, past his man. His first dribble of the game is a success, and he wins a free kick. Layton gave it back to Corpus Christi. Cerritos finds himself in the game. Pass through to Medina. Now Keegan taken over by Bowen, who tried to flick it back to the forward. Wasn't ready for the return as the wires got crossed at the final moment. Boo Medina did so well to get that outside foot pass over to them. Johnson going at Langlois, cutting it across. It's into a great area. Almost put it on the penalty spot, but nobody there for Richmond, despite the double striker layout that they have across the front. Dorado playing more behind the ball as we speak. Picked up on the far side, Panholzer. Talbot will happily bring that one in. Quite aggressive on the tackle. Just a word from the referee. No caution handed out there to Boo Medina. One more sub here coming for Richmond. It's going to be Tyler Freeman replacing Josh Kirkland. So all that talk I had about the two-striker formation, well, their main center forward, who started the match, is now off, but Freeman, I'm sure, will get up there in the mix. Fresh legs and hungry players in attack for Richmond. And a poor throw out from the goalkeeper, Talbot. Panholzer. Abeal turning on the boosters. Marana trying his best to chase back, but the Spaniard is away. He's got Bowen on the far side. Too much for his teammate. Bowen can track it down. He did well to get a throw. Can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app. Keeney sends it long. Defending to do for Richmond. That's a corner for Corpus Christi. Pretty good outcome from where they had it. Tireless work from Nacho Abeal. We've sung Blake Bowen's praises, but Abeal, man, he has been such a protagonist for Corpus Christi, and he always seems to play his best in front of these fans who know him so well. Bowen to take the corner kick, and it's in the back of the net! It's a goal for Corpus Christi! And it's Boo Boo Medina again, his third of the season! His third year with the Sharks. His first as a pro. And they claw the go-ahead goal off the corner kick. A pinpoint header falling away, beating his marker. That goal is brought to you by Pedicare Children's Clinic and Urgent Care, proudly caring for the next generation. Boo Boo Medina, right as we get into a little bit of a makeshift water break here. Got the gel going down to all the refreshments to hold on here for the final stages. 17 minutes for Corpus Christi to try to hold on to this lead given by Medina, as Daniel Moore enters the fray for Richmond Kickers. He is typically a left back, Daniel Moore. Might be more of a back three as they try to keep pushing numbers up the field. He replaces Mujib Marana. Things changing quickly. Is Corpus Christi able to score against the wind? Usually a goal at this stage would feel like it dramatically shifts a match. But if the games at Cabanis Athletic Complex recently are anything to go by, we could have a few more goals in store. There have been goals after the 95th minute in each of the last two home games, and there were two that allowed Corpus Christi to win it from behind after the 95th minute against Portland. So we are far from done. Johnson trying to make that point, and who else but Boo Boo Medina coming up with the clearance. He is everywhere. Site One Landscape Supply has everything landscape pros need to score any job. And as the official landscape partner of the USL, we're helping to grow the game from the pitch up. I remember talking to Corpus Christi head coach Eamon Zayed earlier this year after Medina somewhat unexpectedly scored a couple of goals early in the league campaign from his midfield spot. And Zayed joked that he doesn't think that Medina has scored 2 goals in his last 5 seasons combined. And all of a sudden he had 2 to start the season. Well, now he's got 3 in the league, none bigger than this one. Clipped in, Daniel Moore off the crossbar. Did that stay alive? It did not, but Talbot didn't know a lot about it as it arced over his head and knocked off the woodwork. He'll shrug it off. This is a goal kick, though, for Corpus Christi. Off Cerritos. Corpus Christi in position as things stand to make it 7 points from their last 3 home matches. Lamayal giving space for Keegan. Could not catch up to it. Thuds into the boards. That's the kind of effort you get every single night from Jake Keegan, and a reason that he has stayed in the starting lineup. 5th start of the year in this one. Sometimes he starts at striker. He may end up playing a little bit underneath, playing out on the wing. Regardless of where he is going to run for you. He is an ultimate team player. Zayed impressed with how fit he came in this season, giving him a steady option up top for this expansion team. Been without Christian Cheney for a while now, and he was the guy kind of expected to be the main goal scorer. It's been a pleasant surprise how good Blake Bowen has been. Dorado getting a touch. Loose clearance. Talbot has to get under it. That went out of play off Moore. Throw in coming for Corpus Christi. The training room is the physical therapy and performance partner of Corpus Christi FC. They provide the resources and experienced staff to improve performance, prevent injuries, and get athletes match ready. Visit the training room at one of their 3 locations. And that might be where James Talbot is headed. The ball came back and hit him in the head there unexpectedly. Off his leg, then back off of the Richmond player and into his face. Talbot getting some inspection. He's been a player who has been quite unfortunate with injuries so far this season. There's been just little knocks here and there. He missed some time with a back injury, even against Birmingham in that midweek cup match. Got a little shaken up, and then Birmingham scored a goal a couple minutes afterwards, and you could tell that it was tough for him to react to it. Players fought through so much this season, but when he's been on the pitch, he has been simply brilliant for Corpus Christi. 6-foot-tall goalkeeper who has been called in earlier in his career to the Irish national team. And 4.7 saves per game this season in league play. Coming into this one, we knew that Corpus Christi and Richmond, 2 of the leakiest back lines per game this year, if you look at the expected goals they've conceded. However, they're also 2 of the worst scoring teams. So it was a question of which side of that is going to play out. This has turned into quite the defensive matchup. Winds playing a major, major factor. Wind gusts up to 25 miles an hour here in the Corpus Christi area. It's been hot and humid, and it has been attritional, that's for sure. But Corpus Christi scoring against the wind in the second half to take the lead. A Boo Medina goal that came back in the 73rd minute. It could have even been a bigger advantage for the Sharks. They had a penalty kick in the first half that was saved by Richmond goalkeeper Jan Filion, who was excellent in the first 45 minutes. Hasn't had nearly as much to do in the second frame, and couldn't lay a finger on the header from Boo Medina. There's Mason McCready. He's the backup goalie for Corpus Christi. If Talbot was required to come off, he is your potential replacement. Bill Hamid keeping an eye on his deputy there. He's the goalkeeper coach, if that name sounds familiar, a MLS icon with DC United. Talbot is really shaking up here, trying to get some eye drops in. A long stoppage, and this is one of those areas that causes a pinch within the rules, because most players, if they needed this kind of treatment, would go off to the sideline, but you can't really do that with the goalkeeper. So play stopped for a few minutes here. Everybody fueled up and ready for the final stages, and y'all know what this is setting up for. 5+ minutes of stoppage time, late drama. What else would it be in a Corpus Christi home match this year? That's how they've all felt. They've been down to the death. 2 goals to come from behind and win it in second half stoppage time last game against Portland. Their first win in league play. Finally back underway, a stoppage of roughly 3 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. So we will keep that in our calculations as we move toward the final stages. Expect a lot of stoppage time. And the good news for Corpus Christi is they don't have to make a goalkeeper sub here. Talbot taking the maximum allowance, showing that the gears are spinning just fine up there. Some good gamesmanship from the goalkeeper. I know we still got one game coming up after this with Spokane and AV Alta, but this really starting to feel like League One after dark. And we are glad that you're taking it in with us. That's Mohamed Kalea with some decent control, but it messes up the attack for Richmond, so they'll get it back. Cerritos eager to get in there. He's a player who has stung Richmond a few times in his career, Alexis Cerritos. 2 goals and 2 appearances against the Kickers last season playing for AV Alta. Freeman on the move. And that's out for a goal kick. Whether you're looking to get in shape, recover, or stay active, the Corpus Christi Athletic Club has everything you need, from fitness classes to aquatics to cryotherapy. The Athletic Club is where you can find it all. Visit them on Holly Road or CorpusChristiAthleticClub.com to get your membership today. Corpus Christi Athletic Club. Live happy. Keeney sticking his foot through it. Looking like it was going to hold up well for Cerritos. Clever turn from Landon Johnson. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Tyler Freeman, Orlando City Academy products. Working with Johnson. The Richmond local. Seufert flicking it inside. Dorado unable to bring it in. Anderson plays it out to Daniel Moore. Looking for some left-footed service. Putting back to Freeman. Seufert. Morgan Slangwa. Nice touch from Johnson. Anderson. Corpus Christi scrapping for every inch, pushing back the kickers. Moore gets free. A stinging shot that goes way over the bar. Went for power more than placement. The chance goes begging for Richmond. The space opens up so nice for him as Bowen came in on the first touch. But Talbot happy to see it over. Follow the USL on social media for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes access, giveaways, and the best moments from around the league. Follow USL Soccer on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube today. Don't miss a moment of the action. For live scores, match highlights, breaking news, and exclusive fan experiences, visit uslsoccer.com today. uslsoccer.com. Saw on the site that Corpus Christi had jumped up to number 12 in the League One power rankings after their win against Portland Hearts of Pine. You wonder what a second straight league win would do for their standing. We definitely know is that it would move them up the table. And for Richmond, what a disappointing turn of events it would be after this brutal stretch on the road, including a cup match against Loudoun, a trip out to Boise, and then flying straight here to Richmond just a few days later. Kai-Him Thomas will be a stoppage time sub for Corpus Christi as they replace Blake Bowen, who once again put in an immense shift for the Sharks. Thomas will be in to run and chase as much as anything else. It's going to be all grit from here. A long throw will need a second clearance if it stays in. Well caught by Talbot. 7 minutes. It was 90+7 when one Knoxville equalized here. Was 90+8 when Corpus Christi got their game winner, and there's a flashpoint now. A shark on the deck. That's Abeal offering a handshake. Panholzer not interested. This is what happened here. Say much ado about nothing in that regard. And now Ave poking a bit of fun. Got the reaction once, trying to get it again. Freeman won't get a call. And all of these little moments, all of these stoppages, just helping Corpus Christi get over the line. If Richmond gets sucked in to this kind of stuff, it's not going to help them in their search for an equalizer. We have a yellow card issued to James Talbot for taking too long on the restart. Doesn't seem to mind. Richmond's throw in from Finberg. It's not the smartest clearance. Well, it hit a kicker last, in fact. I thought that was off of Langlois, but I guess he knew something that I didn't. It's another goal kick for Corpus Christi. Christi looking comfortable at this stage, as much as it could reasonably be said, given how tenuous a 1-0 lead can be. Richmond is not causing them a lot of trouble right now. Cerritos plays in Abeal. He may be happy in the corner. He's got Anderson for company. Trying to keep it there. Spaniard shifts. He keeps on dribbling, and he's earned a corner kick, I believe. Excellent work from Nacho Abeal. One more Corpus Christi corner kick, brought to you by Corpus Christi Athletic Club. Live happy. That was the story of the first half. Lots of Corpus Christi corners and pressure. Had a number of shots, 5 saves from Jan Filion, including a penalty kick save that held it to 0-0 at halftime. Richmond has had the wind all of the second half and haven't been able to do enough with it. Got a couple of penalty shouts themselves. They've hit the crossbar twice. This free kick brought to you by Driscoll's. Keegan with just 30 seconds more to tick off. And they're right where they want to be, as far away as possible from that goal that has been bewitched on the other end by stoppage time company. That is the direction that the kickers are trying to go. Is there, but it feels like they're running out of steam. We have crossed the 97-minute mark. Up to Mohamed Khaleh's discretion now. The final whistle goes, and the win streak is 2 for Corpus Christi. Boo Boo Medina with the game-winning goal back in the 73rd minute. It was a corner, once again assisted by Blake Bowen. And Corpus Christi ride the formula for success to another home victory. Corpus Christi up to 11 points on the season, even with Richmond. A massive three-pointer as they start a 3-game stretch at home. Talbot came up big when necessary in the second half. Corpus Christi leaving the fans happy yet again. We will break it all down after the break. Your final score, Corpus Christi 1, Richmond 0.
Pedicare Children's Clinic and Urgent Care, caring for healthy futures. Listen to Mom.
I love that they always have openings. They're always, available. You can come in usually the same day. So I'm glad that they have that. And like I said, the location's great. So it's convenient. I like that.
Open till 9 p.m. weekdays and 7 p.m. weekends. We are a pediatric primary care and urgent care facility for children. Pedicare Children's Clinic and Urgent Care, caring for healthy futures.
Corpus Christi has brought professional soccer to the Coastal Bend. A team you can be proud of, rally around, and celebrate with. Come see the goal celebrations, the passion, and the high intensity.
Line out front, hammered from the spot, and the save again by Talbot. Strikes, what a goal!
For 18 high-energy home matches, come show the nation Corpus Christi has the best fans. Tickets are on sale now for every match at corpuscfc.com.
Full-time score, Corpus Christi 1, Richmond 0. Their second win in League One history. And their second on the bounce as Boo Boo Medina scores the game-winning goal. Let's go through our full-time highlights here. If you joined us late and missed the first half, it was all Corpus Christi. I mean, they could have had a bunch in the first frame. Nacho Abeal was absolutely demonic in attack. The fact that he still has not scored this season is befuddling as somebody who's watched quite a bit of the Sharks this year. Abiel was excellent. He provided this cross as well to Keegan. It was deflected behind by Richmond, who were just holding on for dear life in the first half, with Corpus Christi pushed on by the winds and pushed over by the defense. Langlois stood up to take the penalty, and he was stood up by Jan Filion. At that point, Filion was looking unbeatable. First half stoppage time. Abial again. Great technique on the hit. First time from the edge of the area. Forcing another good stop from the Canadian goalkeeper. Then we flip into the second half. See, you switch sides. All of a sudden, the win is with Richmond. But Corpus Christi still creating chances. They did a lot in this game, Corpus Christi. They come away with almost 2.4 expected goals to just 0.2 for Richmond. And here is the match-winning moment for Boo Boo Medina, rising highest on the corner from Blake Bowen, planting his corner in the back of the net, and Corpus Christi did well to see out the win from there. You see it expressed again here in the full-time stats, the domination, even in possession, even with the shots on target, areas that Corpus Christi have not always been on top this year. They're finding some momentum, and they were able to catch Richmond on a tough week and come away with the full 3 points, jumping in to 14th position in the League One standings. Well, it has been an absolute joy to have you with us here tonight. A big thank you from our entire crew in Corpus Christi, led by producer Justin You are the man, my friend. 1-0 Corpus Christi. Boo Boo Medina gets the winner, and we had a whole lot of fun. We'll see you next time for more USL League One action. Have a great night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.